Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Ridgeway Pod. Today is the continuation of football slash soccer talk. I'm your host Udoy, and I'm here with Ush. And yeah, we're bringing up the recap of the semifinals and our preview of the finals. Essentially, both the Copa America and the Euros are now into the final stage. And yeah, I guess we'll start with the Euros. And the first game we can talk about is England versus Netherlands. What a game that was. that one. Sorry, what you
So
say?
much early action from in that
Yeah.
game, and then it kind of halted to a break at one point,
Yeah,
and
no,
then obviously the England subs came in and did their
yeah,
England magic. But if you really want to talk about England, can we just say this might be the craziest run, one of the weirdest runs we've ever seen from a team.
for
It's not like
sure.
they've been dominant in any aspect of any of their games. This game probably might have been their most dominant game, and
Hmm.
even
Yeah,
as it says that, it wasn't a great game for them. Like they needed a Ollie Watkins, turnaround to end the game.
yeah,
So
yeah,
that was
yeah.
interesting to see.
For me, it was like the Dutch came in very lukewarm. That's how I described it. Like they gave England way too much respect, and which helped England's this being England's best performance in this tournament, I think so far. Like whatever lineup they set up, Gareth Southgate came out with was firing for the most part. Like everybody was on smoke. Foden was demanding the ball more, getting into the spaces on the right side, especially that he likes to occupy usually for City on the right midfield side, right side, pretty much. He was linking up with Kobe Manu so well. Kobe Manu, like what
That
another youngster
was a
that's
crazy
killing it.
game.
Harry Kane, like he was shooting that thing, like he
He's
was
being
not
way more aggressive.
way more, and it's like okay, that's what you want from your captain slash striker slash gunman, everything like that. In the beginning, I guess the Dutch kind of surprised them, which Xavi Simons another wonder kid who's having a good year. He scored a great goal. It was a nice, beautiful goal, but right after that early goal, I feel like they just got quiet.
Okay.
And the thing with me is England, like I feel like they can be rattled if you push them, if you pressure them. We saw this like time after time. That's why you're saying like they've been pretty like whatever this tournament, nothing dominant, right? And for what you call it, and the Dutch didn't do that. They didn't take the game to them, which allowed England to start creating more. I mean, another funny thing is they got scored on. Whenever England gets scored on, I feel like that's when they wake up. But like, the
They
problem is
decided to start playing.
a
Yeah.
lot of the games go 0-0 until the 89th minute, and that's when they like like 80 minute, and then if you get scored on, they score two on you, which is hilarious. But yeah, like other than that, it's like Saka super consistent once again. He technically scored, but then it was ruled offside because of Kyle
That
Walker.
was a
But
weird one because I don't know if that should have been offside. It was so
so close,
so
so
50
close.
50
And that was
call.
again Foden to Walker, cut back to Osaka. Beautiful play. So that's the thing. I think it's a little bit of both. I think Netherlands could have been way more aggressive. Like and like I don't know what Ronald Koeman
Well,
like came in with the game plan, but
our
yeah,
previous pod, I was talking about Netherlands and how I love the way they game plan, where it's like their game plan is that look, we're just taller than everybody. We're just gonna boot it
well,
into the box and then
physical, yeah,
go from there. They didn't do that all game. They decided, I don't know what the coach thought, he went away from, he wanted to be all fancy, but it's like use your advantages. He didn't use them at all, especially against England. England midfield is so mid to me, where it's like it's so easy
yeah,
to take advantage of. So you can get to that final third if you need to, and if they're playing from the wings and getting it into the box, which they've done all the time, that's how they made it this far. They really had a chance to win.
yeah,
But then on the England side, it's like, finally, I feel like we're seeing more. I wouldn't want to say urgency, but I'll say
hmm
more just putting relentless pressure. I feel like
yeah,
their England front four is they can put a lot of pressure, especially a lot of people complaints about Harry Kane this tournament, especially because he's aging, is that he's not getting in the box a lot.
yeah. He
And
keeps
it's like,
dropping back.
yeah, he
Yeah,
keeps dropping back, which Harry Kane, he kind of transitioned his play. He really likes to do that now because he likes setting up from the box and then setting up outside the
mhm,
box, then getting inside the box because he's not trying to
running.
body up anymore and
Yeah.
make a
Well,
run.
but because of that, there's no one in there to give the ball
Exactly.
to for
So,
anyone
but
to pass
but
to.
that game against
Yeah.
Netherlands,
Yeah,
he was more in the box than we've ever seen. I feel like a lot of the England players are in the box more than we've ever seen. They put so
literally.
much pressure
Yeah.
on the Netherlands where it's like it's crazy because the Dutch have really good. They have a solid defense, and it's like we've been
Yeah.
saying that we've been saying that like it's been like a defensive masterclass from all sides in this
Hmm.
tournament. But I feel like this one was just relentless pressure from England's side, which converted into the win. I don't know if that's a convincing win, like a super convincing win that they had nonetheless, but
Yeah.
like they made it to the finals, I guess. What's it called? Southgate, I seen a stat where it's like 13 games straight undefeated.
Yeah.
The
So
first half,
he's getting the
crazy.
results, right? And
Right.
so that's the thing. The first half was really great, but then I feel like the second half they kind of reverted back into good old England, and it ended up becoming like a smash and grab, right? Like, which happened 90-minute
Well,
goal, boom, we out. Yeah,
until they put the subs in, the subs
yeah,
which I mentioned in the previous episode, where these guys are kind of like, I'm just gonna go out there and hoop and do whatever I got to do to
yeah,
win because
yeah,
I don't care about the game plan anymore. Like Palmer comes in, Walking comes in, like these
yeah,
guys are just doing like they're just making a play. They're making a play
yeah.
at all
Which they
times.
did. It was them too.
That's all they're
Yeah,
doing. That's all they're trying to
yeah,
do. Watkins said like, um. I'm gonna assist. Palmer's gonna assist me for the goal for the game
yeah.
winner or whatever,
And he
which is
called it.
funny. It's like a LeBron lie, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but
Seriously.
like like the amount of I feel like they like the freedom and the freestyle that they bring to the pitch, and I guess like that's why they're super subs. But like it was,
Yeah. One
and like
thing.
we saw it with Foden
Yeah,
though, like like during that game where it's like, look,
yeah,
Foden like was much more aggressive. I feel like he got much more freedom with the ball, and
yeah.
it translated, especially in that first half. In the second half, it
Again,
kind of fell off, and obviously people are gonna make the jokes of him subbing out and then them scoring. I
third
get it,
game in
but
a row. Yeah.
but I
Yeah.
feel like that was his
He could
best.
have had 2 goals though. Like
Yeah,
he had a great game. Like it was unlucky. One was cleared off the line, the other one was top bins, and it goes like not Yamal-esque, right? Like yeah, but it's unfortunate. Like he scores that time and time again in the Prem, and it just didn't fall in. But they got the job done. At the end of the day, you just want to go to the finals. You just want to win the finals, obviously, at this point, and they did it. Like they at the end of the and so the thing, one controversial thing, I guess, is like that the pen call. And for me, it was very close because Kane shoots it, and Dumfries is obviously trying to close out, and then he touches him after the shot. So it's like, well, it doesn't really affect the shot. It's kind of like a follow through. But then I know that anywhere else on the field, that's a foul,
yeah.
and it's a foul here then, and it's in the box, and it's like. But another thing is VAR didn't see is the handball, like when the ball was going crazy,
The
it hit
Saka
Saka's
handball,
hand,
yeah.
and that could have been called back. So I think they were more like the Netherlands players and team and everyone who probably is supporting them was more mad about that versus
Yeah.
the
Well, we saw
actual
What
foul.
Van Dijk said after the
Yeah.
game. Right? Yeah.
So, and it's a pen, but dude, that was like so early. Like the game was still in the balance. It was 1-1, like the whole time. Like you guys could have done something. And that's when I think Ronald Koeman, like the manager, could have subbed in Weghorst, like maybe started him in this game or something. They had more people on the bench. Manchester United just I think agreed or is signing Zerki
Oh,
from
the kid, yeah.
yeah, so he's on the bench. Like these offensive people, you want to put pressure on England. You got to get more people going. Like and they just didn't. And England took advantage. So like credit to England. Like we're obviously saying like, oh, Netherlands. I'm saying Netherlands didn't do enough,
Yeah.
but hey, England took advantage, right? It's like that's a
I
better
think this
team.
is England. I think this was
So
England's first game in the knockout stages with like more than 60% possession. So
all
like
right,
you can
okay,
show
so
that like you can see that like they
they
they were
hooped.
much more aggressive with the
Yeah,
ball. They kept the
yeah,
possession, you know what I mean? Just
yeah,
off the stats alone, but even if you watch the game, like they were just playing way more aggressive and way more urgency, especially in that first half. In the second half, it kind of calmed down.
yeah.
But like that they put that pressure on and they set the tone of the game. So then it kind
Yeah,
of translated after. It's
that's
a
the
good win
thing.
for them. They're going to the finals now. It's gonna be a great matchup.
Yeah, and
Um,
just speaking about that, the other side we can move on to was Spain versus France semifinals. On paper, it was like a pretty cool matchup, and I think this match, like from the beginning, was like intense. Like they were like on smoke, both teams, especially in the beginning. And yeah, like France scores the early goal. Colomwani finally gets the ball in the net, and Mbappe assists. So and Mbappe took off his mask, so it's like
yeah,
because that thing was bothering him. He hated
yeah.
it, and it's like, whoa, okay, like is this it? Like is this one of those virtuoso games? He's gonna take him. For me, as usual, like I'll just start off. Spain played their game as they did all tournament. It helped them, and it helped them come back and sustain the lead against France. Like, bro, Spain plays two inexperienced wingers, 21 years old and like
The
16 years
16.
old, and a striker that honestly doesn't score. Like, he's the captain, but he
he's
doesn't
he's
score anymore.
he's straight up a
Morata,
pylon over there, bro.
Nico,
Like he's so
Yamal,
useless.
Morata, like yeah, and across from them are like 2018 champs, 2022 World Cup finalists, almost grabbed that one. Freaking Kylian Mbappe, best player in the world. Like it's like did all that stuff, and it didn't matter. Like this Spain team is honestly playing like they've been playing for a decade plus. Like the way it's just so fluid, they're
They're
playing
just playing
together.
so similar to that 2010 team. It's so
Era,
funny.
yeah,
Like
and
I don't want to say that, but like
yeah,
they
it's
play like
there. Yeah,
the comfortability in their chemistry, the way they play,
yeah,
like it's so similar to that. But like honestly,
yeah.
with the France side, like
Like you said it
you
last
want to
episode.
if you want to talk about it, bro,
Yeah,
like that first play, I mean, the first goal that thing got, I mean, the Colomani got the
yeah,
Mbappe, playing well off the wing, and but dude, he had like after that, he had such a terrible game. So many balls like dribbles lost during
yeah,
free runs, so many, and
yeah.
then he had so many opportunities like where he had free shots, and he's just
Mm-hmm.
airing it out, like he just looks so like disorganized as a player. Like we've
Yeah,
watched Mbappe like for a long time now. It's been like 7, 8 years. Like
yeah,
we've been seriously watching him, and though he just doesn't seem he doesn't. It kind of seems like I don't know what it is, but it's like that Nunez genes kind of like seeping in him or something. Where he's just like doing boneheaded plays constantly, where
yeah.
he's just costing his team. And then if you want to talk about their defense, they're like Saliba and them like. Bro, what the, like they couldn't stop anybody on the wings like other than Kunde had a great game again.
Yeah,
They
he's their
couldn't, but
best player
anybody,
probably in the
no,
tournament.
yeah, 100%. Like
Probably.
Rabiot and Saliba,
Yeah,
like they couldn't stop anybody to get to get to the final third, even though it was a 2-1 score. The amount of pressure Spain had, like the entire game, they pretty much had possession of the full game. I think it was like
yeah.
60-40 or something like that. They had like when I watch France, it's like it's such a they don't play like themselves anymore. Like like they only play for that in spurts. And it's funny enough, it only happens when Deschamps says, okay, I gotta pull out this what's it called,
Card.
my final card,
Yeah,
ace up my sleeve, and he puts Mbappe in the middle. And then he puts Mbappe in the middle, and then all of a sudden now they're getting pressure. They get the ball to Mbappe in the middle. Now he's making plays, this that. But it's like, why do you wait so long to do that? That's my question. Like I get it,
yeah.
like Mbappe really likes to play the wing, but we've all they do is see success whenever he plays in the middle. Whenever he plays that 9, bro,
Mm-hmm,
they see
mm-hmm.
so much success, and it's not like he's going away from the wing completely.
No,
He's
no,
still playing from
yeah,
the wing, but he's just drifting to the middle more, and the players are looking for him more.
yeah.
You
No,
know?
well, if you're the middle, like you have more chances to get the ball, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And so here's the thing, like first of all, okay, before we get to the team makeup, like let's just do this Mbappe thing, okay? Like the topic of Kylian Mbappe, like it's kind of interesting to me because he looks like disengaged, like not playing with urgency, I guess you could say that, and it's just like you have Theo Hernandez and Kylian Mbappe on that left side, like two devastating people going forward. Like you would think it's like okay, it's not Messi, Danny Alves, but if anything, this generation's like just elite link up and just go, go,
Them
go,
are
right?
nice. You know what
Something
I
like
mean?
that.
Like, yeah.
But it's like, no, it doesn't like it's not dangerous. And it wasn't dangerous at all. And if anything, Mbappe, I saw a tweet where it's like he's giving like 2011 LeBron vibes, where it's like
For real.
nobody is stopping him. No one can stop LeBron James, whatever year you want to put up. And I don't think anyone can stop Kylian Mbappe. But it's like he's stopping himself. Where it's like, what's going on, dude? Like, and this is not just this tournament. Like, people can be like, oh, you're being reactionary. It's like, no, well, you're the best player in the world. We talk about these things. You have to. People talked about Haaland this year after the crazy year he had. Everyone was reactionary for him, and it's again okay. So that's Haaland, but Mbappe, better footballer, better this, better that, which he probably, is right now. not disputing that, but it's like even in the Champions League, like you against Dortmund, where was the give me the ball, get out of the way, like the football version of it? Like
Even what's it called? Even last year's, I mean, in the 2022, during the World Cup year, that Champions League, like
yeah,
he ghosted so much. You know
what
what I mean? Like
that's the
he's
thing.
been ghosting though. Like
And at this point, it's like you asked the question: did Mbappe use all his nen in 2022 Qatar final, like Gon did in Hunter x Hunter?
yeah,
And it's like it's gone. Like,
yeah.
and that's the thing. Like, okay, I get it. It's like these, again, 2011. If your career is going to be 2011 LeBron point right now, you have an amazing career ahead of you. Like, it's all up from here. But it's like you're going to Real Madrid. They're a winning club already. That's a whole episode we could do on
Can we
that.
talk
But
about that real quick? Just 1 second.
what?
This whole Real Madrid thing, like people are trying to like spin the narrative where it's like, oh, like look at all these Real Madrid players, like they're all bowing out, like Vinny,
Oh,
Rodrigo,
Madrid
and
fans,
then
are you gonna
and so they're all
what
trying to make
Twitter's
this narrative
saying? Yeah.
where it's like, oh look, like our team isn't that good coming into next season. We're gonna, we're not gonna win everything. We shouldn't be favorites or anything. Stop the cap, bro. You guys, that's even more of an indictment on your team. Like you guys, your players all need to form this insane roster to go get dubs because none of it, other than Jude Bellingham, and we didn't even talk about last game, but he ghosted so bad we didn't even need to talk about him.
Well,
like,
that's the thing. He wasn't memorable at
he
all.
wasn't memorable at
and
all.
that wasn't his first game being like this. We want to get into that too, but yeah.
But other than him, nobody on that Madrid side is having success. Other than like, you want to say Carvajal, like you know what I mean? Like it's insane. Like how much, how much it's like. It's kind of like I don't want to say it's like embarrassing or something like that, but it's like it goes to show a lot of what we can expect from individual performances from these guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like that's a whole conversation about this current state of football, where it's like the individual talent is getting diminished, right? Where the it's all becoming systems and all this and that. And this tournament showed that the current best players in the world, they've all underperformed this tournament, other than bar like Rodri. And like I guess you could say KDB, but then that was a whole Belgium shit show. But other than that, it's like Harry Kane, Jude Bellingham, Kylian Mbappe, like Haaland's not here, but it's like just about like just those three right there. It's like you would think they'd be like top of the top, battling it for it. Their whole Ballon d'Or.
Especially with all their teams, like their teams, it's not like they're bad teams. Like France is out and out favorite to win the tournament. England is out and out favorite to win they're all in these spots where they're their teams are so good, they should be winning the tournament. Like
if the stars were like so mid, I feel like luckily the youngsters were like really, really good. And like this game, Yamal, you probably heard it so much already, but I have to say it. It's like, oh, he could do everything, but he doesn't really shoot a lot. He forgets scoring. He doesn't even shoot a lot. It feels like it's like, oh, his finishing might need some touches, but you know what? Everybody has something to work on. And then he goes dribble, tween, Hezzy from deep, like Curry range. Like
that was insane, Screamer. Holy
shout out, hustle hard,
hustle hard 304. Did you see what he said? Where he said, "Nah, what if Yamal blessed Messi and not the other way around?"
The other way around, bro. No, the script is scripting. Like this whole Endrick thing we heard all year, and now all of a sudden it's like, as Barcelona fan, it's like Homelander meme, right? Like, oh, it's
funny enough. Endrick's older than Yamal, by the way.
Yeah,
I just want to give a shout out real quick on that Spanish team. Danny Olmo might be like the most like craziest player I've ever watched in my life.
Oh my God.
Like if he's honestly it sucks to him because he's like injury riddled his whole life. But like if he wasn't injury riddled his whole life, dude, the skills that he displays on the pitch is insane.
Yeah, I feel like totally.
He was crazy. So he scored 3
straight.
I think 3 straight knockout stage.
Yeah, and like he was coming off the bench before this game. Yeah, he's coming off the bench because Germany. He got subbed on and scored. And so,
and then my other shout out, you just said it, where it's Rodri, bro. Like, he is like, he's like the most like consistent player we've seen in a long time. Like, you know what I mean? Like in this new era, like there's nobody as consistent as him. I don't think he's ever had a bad game. Like I watch a bunch of City games. He doesn't even have bad games there. You know what I mean? Where it's like he's just he's just so good at making an impact. You'll see him in his own box making an insane stop, and then you'll see him in the opponent's box making an insane pass or play or
Mhm.
setting up, and the way he controls that the back end midfield area to the
Yeah.
last part of the box, like it reminds you of Busquets so much. But like I feel like he's just like has a
It's
better like
it's like a modern day, like, okay,
yeah like a,
blasphemous to say, but it
yeah
is. It's true. Like that's the position, that's the
yeah
country, that's the flag.
yeah.
Like it's regen,
You know,
whatever.
I just maybe they just like grow these players so easily. He just like
Yeah.
he looks like a more like physical Busquets. You know what I mean? He
Right.
might not have the
Somehow. Yeah.
technical skills
Yeah.
like Busquets, like ball skills. Obviously, I don't think
Yeah.
Rodri can match that. But the physicality that Rodri
Yeah.
brings
And the
is like
engine. Yeah.
it's he's literally like he looks like he has
Yeah.
100 pounds on Busquets, right? But
No,
like
true, true.
so he's been the most consistent player for like a couple of years now. Like we could
Yeah.
have given Ballon d'Or the year what's it called the when
Treble.
everyone was saying Haaland was supposed to win it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's how good he was.
So good. No, he's been
Insane,
so so good. Like you said
insane.
it. Quick shout out. My quick shout out would be to Emerick Laporte. Like,
Oh my god,
bro,
yeah.
someone was saying this. Saudi Arabia needs to loan him back to Europe because
Yeah,
he has so much good football left
yeah.
in him. Like, it didn't work out in City, but when him and Ruben Diaz were the pairing for Pep, those teams, like his ball passing from a center back position is insane. Like the way he reads the game, just crazy. It's like it's like a midfielder over there basically. And he's been so so good. And it's not just he needs to come back to play in Europe. Like when you kind of get washed and you go to like a lesser team
Crystal
or like
Palace.
not no like you still play Champions League, but you randomly go like,
Yeah,
hey, you're still the play. Like like
yeah,
Pepe went to Porto, right? Like
yeah,
it's like and he's putting in a performance. No, no,
yeah.
no. He needs to be like on
On a
the
top
the
team,
top
yeah.
teams. Like he could start from those teams. Like
Hmm.
he's been insane. And like it's so funny that Laporte and Lenormand are the two starting center backs for Spain, and you have like Theo Hernandez on France. Like, wait a minute, like what's going
It's
on here?
insane.
What's this switch
Insane.
up going on?
Last
But no,
shout out Navas because like
uh,
his 38-year-old ass like
yeah,
he
that's
worked his ass
crazy.
off. He tried, dude. At one point, like they had to sub him off because
Yeah,
he was literally dying. Like I think he was
his
having a heart
hammy
attack
or
or something.
something was
Yeah,
gone.
like
Like,
he
yeah,
was like on the ground like almost having a heart
it's
attack or
like
some shit. That was funny as hell.
you gotta save him, bro. Yeah, and so yeah, like the quickly with Yamal, what's crazy is Rabiot is the one in the press conference that
Yeah,
said, he's gotta do more than whatever he's done to beat us, and then he like sized him
literally
up.
did it.
Like how is it a special like a one-on-one happened and he scored that on him? He's in the picture forever
Out
now.
the
Like
box,
bro's
like
like 10 years younger than him. Like it's hilarious, right? Like, oh, wow, what a kid. No, 16, and he's gonna be 17
yeah,
right
man.
before the final, which sucks because it's like he could have been like, oh, I'm 16, I won the Euros, and being the best player on the team,
Mm.
arguably. But
You
man,
know, someone said like in the 20 what's it called? The 2030 World Cup, he's gonna be like 22 years old.
that's
Like that is
crazy.
insane, bro. He's
Yeah,
gonna be not even in his
yeah,
prime.
yeah.
Like, that's
He'll be
insane, bro.
younger than what Foden is now. Like Foden's like 24,
Yeah,
and like
that's
like
cool. He'll be a
what?
wonder kid. He's gonna be a wonder kid for the next 10
Yeah,
years.
yeah. It's
That's
kind of like the
insane.
whole Mbappe thing where it's like
Yeah, he's
Mbappe,
only
the
19.
18-year-old, 18-year-old,
No, the
19-year-old.
Tatum, only
Yeah,
19.
only 19. But yeah, we could move on to Spain versus England. Little preview, I guess. Who we think. You can go first. What do you think about the matchup and who you think's
Okay,
gonna got it?
so I think this matchup, first of all, English or Spanish.
I'm already Foden. This is the tweet you sent today. It's like
Yeah.
Foden is like, I'm already. Maybe in
But
invasion.
but but speaking on this matchup though, like on paper, I think like on paper we're gonna keep saying that. I mean, like I feel like everyone's been saying this all tournament, but like on paper, I think England should win.
Mhm.
But like the way England have been playing, dude, I honestly don't think like I'm with Spain here. I'm gonna go with Spain, but like I have like this is actually the best. This is actually like one of the best matchups we can get, other than Spain Germany. Like this would probably be or something with
Yeah,
France, obviously. But
yeah,
this is another like 10 out of 10 matchup we're gonna get. I just hope that it's like England doesn't make it infinitely boring the way they play.
hmm
Um, if I was to go with like a prediction, I'm gonna say Spain. It's gonna be 1-0, and it's gonna be Rod because Rodri hasn't had a game winner yet, and you know
Yeah,
Rodri with his game winners, he's gonna
just
have a
catch in.
crazy screamer, run in outside the box,
Yeah,
sprint in, just blast it into the net,
yeah,
like how he does for City, and I feel like that's
yeah.
what's gonna happen.
Uh,
Unless
yeah.
Harry Kane really dominate. I feel like Harry Kane and Foden really have to dominate for them to have any chance, and that goes directly through where Rodri is playing, and I don't know if any of them are better than Rodri at this point.
So that's the thing. So for me, funny enough, I think Spain got it. Like the same way you said Celtics over Mavs handedly, and then I said Mavs over Thunder, like
Yeah,
in 5, in 6,
yeah.
maybe 5. Like I think it's gonna be like that here because it's just a feeling. It's pretty much like okay, so let's talk England because it's not about Spain. It's about if England. What's England going to do? Is England going to play pragmatic, wait for a counter, so they're going to let Spain settle in and get comfortable? Like, okay, put your boys in there. The next poison are England going to be like against their comfort zone? By the way, like they don't even like doing this, but are they going to attack first? And when they score first, sometimes they even like play more sleepy, which is
Yeah.
what happened in the last Euros where they scored first 1-0 on Italy and then they just stayed back
Fell off
and
a cliff.
chilled. So that's the thing. Like that's why I'm getting this thing where like especially Carvajal's back, I think, and everyone's kind of back in other than like Pedri who's injured, but Dani Olmo. It's like I think it's gonna be bold to say this, but I think it's gonna be kind of like Barcelona United Champions League final, where it's
Damn,
like, yo,
damn.
they just sunned us,
It's a
bro.
bold
And
prediction,
and
bro.
and and that United team was fire, but like it's like they were like, Sir Alex Ferguson was like, yo, there's levels to this. Like I don't know what to do at that one. Nobody knew what to do. Rio, everybody says that, and I think
I think the
okay,
key
maybe
matchup on their game, but
huh?
what is it again? Go ahead, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, okay, maybe it's a hot take, but I really think they're just gonna outclass them. Like, look, the England fans are like starting to wake up again, like because they
Yeah,
made it to the final,
coming
right?
home.
Rightfully so, and they have the team and everything like that. But at the end of the day, yo, it's like Gareth Southgate grinds out results, but Spain doesn't wait for that, and I don't think they'll wait for you to grind this out. It's like, no, we're gonna shoot more, like we're gonna shoot more threes than you, kind of thing,
Yeah,
like yeah, beat us, right? So that's the thing. And if that's Spain's detriment, that's going to be a very surprising detriment.
I think the matchup is Nico Williams versus Kyle Walker, right?
Left wing,
Yeah,
right side, and Yamal is like, oh, Luke Shaw, who's been getting
yeah.
fit again. So yeah, so Nico and Kyle
I
Walker.
think I
Nico's
think that
getting all
I think
these
I think
right
that
back.
might be like the key
Yeah,
matchup
yeah.
because the last game we watched Nico like have a he didn't have a great game. Like it was probably one
Well,
of his worst games,
he's
especially and
tried, but yeah,
Kunde was
Kunde.
bullying him, man.
Yeah,
Kunde
yeah.
was
You're
going
right. You're right.
crazy.
Kunde. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he was bullying him. But like, look, Kyle Walker hasn't had the best tournament, and Nico Williams, younger, faster. He could, and if you want, I think that's where the splash play is going to come from. Like,
Mm,
if they want to make impact, it's going to come from that left wing side. Like,
yeah.
uh,
That's
Nico Williams
Nico. Yeah.
has to beat that matchup. He has to win that matchup because I've noticed something that Spain like to do. Like they like play. They play through the right wing early, but during the later
Yeah,
ends of
they
the
go
game,
away from Yamal.
they go away from it. They go to that left wing. I don't know why. I don't know what the game plan is, but they definitely like doing that more. They like getting that left wing involved. I guess to like let Yamal drift into the middle,
Sure.
but they have to win that matchup. If they don't win that
Mhm.
matchup, then it's going to be we're going to see that last 15 minutes of the France Spain game again.
Yeah. See, for England, it's like I know no one's gonna get dropped, so I know what game plan more or less is gonna be. Now, if you told me Anthony Gordon is gonna start because he's a runner, so he can actually counter because you don't have many of those, then it's like, oh, okay, because it's like okay, you're giving me something different. But I don't think a lot of lineup change is gonna happen. Ali and Cole Palmer, and then we're gonna come off the bench, this and that. So, but will it be too late by the time he makes those subs? He did the Netherlands game, beautiful subs, perfect timing. Trippier started, but Luke Shaw came in. So now Luke Shaw's getting more reps in. And I think Luke Shaw plays better on the left side. But Yamal, that's Yamal's matchup. But I think Saka versus Cucurella is going to be
That's going to be a
insane
good matchup
because
too. Yeah.
no one can laugh at the matchup. Saka's been Saka, but Cucurella, it's not Chelsea Cucurella. He's back from Brighton days. Cucurella, he's playing so good. And Spain doesn't just do one-on-one defending. Like they all they're all organized. They know where to be at all times, how to clear it properly. And another thing is like Spain not just will go, fast flowing forward. When it was 2-1, France needed a goal. France didn't even get the ball back, bro. The midfielder, everyone, and Rodri, they're just like pass, pass, pass. Maybe we could do an outlet. Maybe we could pass. Like it's like, oh yeah, this is our bread and butter. It's not scoring. It's not necessarily defending at the highest level like Italian historic defenders. It's like a midfield, bro. We're gonna pass the shit out of this.
Control the midfield. They
and France could not get the ball back.
Which was what I was saying is like an indictment on France's midfield, especially with the names that they have on there.
Yeah.
And I don't think England's midfield's really that good either. So
right, like they're not cohesive like that
at all. Yeah. They have no chemistry, especially Jude and Foden. Like they don't even.
I feel like Kobe Manu is playing the most free, and he tries. He just does everything kind of, and he goes forward and shoots it, or he comes back and he tries to recover it. But that's a good thing. Like Kobe, it's all good things about him. The only thing is maybe an experience might show. Who knows? But these youngsters are going off. But is Declan gonna get run over? Because like Rice it's not just Rice is gonna sit back like Declan sits back. It's like Rice. I mean, sorry. I meant Rodri doesn't just sit back.
No, he
like
doesn't.
Declan does. So Rodri can go forward, and then Fabian can come here, and then Olmo can. It's just crazy. So that midfield battle, like I don't know. They have controllers, they have passers, they have everything. So
yeah, I think the midfield advantage goes to Spain, and I think that's the key right there.
Yeah. Unless like Jude, Black Magic, Real Madrid, Black Magic, and
he's gonna sacrifice a child in the locker room at
the locker room. Cover art magic, and the script. And it comes home. So that's the thing. It sounds like I'm not giving England much of a chance, but how can I if Spain has been so dominant? They haven't lost a game, no draws even. Like they're just winning, bro. So like, and you're up against England, who kind of stumbled their way past the finish line up to this point against the lesser path, like their side of the bracket versus Spain's bracket, bro. Like, come on. So yeah, do you have anything else for the Euros or?
No.
Shall we move on to the
the funniest tournament ever?
To our side of the pond. We could start off with Argentina versus Canada. Fallen soldiers. Argentina ends up winning 2-0. Pretty sound win. As predicted, I think it's nothing crazy, but if I were to analyze it, I think inexperience showed a lot for Canada. Messi probably had one of his better games. I think his best game probably. Like
his best game.
Movement, eye test wise. Yeah, he scores the goal, the Bluetooth goal. He didn't want to, but it ended up happening.
Goal.
And he still missed 2 chances, like where he ripped it and it just went past the post. They just got the job done. It just showed like, we've been in this. Like this is kind of like a warm up in a way. It felt like, and they kind of outmaneuvered them strategically. Like they just knew how to get under their skin. Jonathan David did not have the best of games. I felt like the moment might have been a little too big for him. Like even his first touches, like.
But I feel like this tournament in general, dude, he has been so lackluster.
Yeah, then that one goal against Peru.
Yeah.
But like it's true. Yeah. No, it's true. Like at one point, Alfonso started going up, and I feel like that was more of a threat, like from left back to up until he got hurt and got subbed off. But it's like our attackers literally like until like the subs came on, like Ali Ahmed off the bench and stuff. Our attackers got neutralized. So shout out to Argentina's defense, but Canada's like I feel like they weren't very poised. Like they kind of they string passes and then they're like wait. You're like this is getting crazy. We're too close to their net. Like I don't know what to do right now. I'm just gonna throw it up. So yeah, quickly feel like Rodrigo de Paul's interview quote was very stupid in a way. Like bro said it's our culture, it's soccer's culture, I guess football's culture. That's what he's trying to allude to. I don't know, like he should have just not said anything. Like, bro, just everyone does it.
Bro, take the win,
bro. Don't say that. Like, just take the win, go to the finals. Like, it's pretty, whatever. Like,
he's a hilarious guy.
I think the most impactful thing about this was like the quotes you heard after for like the legends, for example. Like, Di Maria's, he's calling it after whatever happens on Sunday. He's retiring, and he said how Messi gave a speech in the locker room. He said, do it for him. Let's get him to the final and let's go out big for, Angel Di Maria. And that's the thing. Like, and in Messi's also, there's also videos and quotes of like, he knows these are the last runs.
Well,
So
he said it. He said
yeah,
it in the post
I'm
game.
just enjoying the
Like
moments.
I don't know how much. I know I don't got
Yeah,
that many games left. Like
it's and when
it's
he was
sad
looking
to see.
around, like I said, I was like, it was like, at the end of War of the Planet of the Apes when
Yeah,
Caesar is like,
sits
he's
down with the
critically
Marines.
wounded. He knows he's done, but he's looking at his colony, like his people,
Yeah,
before one last look before I'm gone. And it's just like,
yeah.
damn, like as fans of Messi, even fans of football, it's just like shit. Like the goats are all going, and he knows the time is running down, and it's I think those are more
Like I wouldn't
important.
be surprised. Like if like I
Yeah,
know everyone keeps saying like like it's Di Maria's last tournament, this that whatever.
yeah,
I would not be surprised if it's Messi's last
and
tournament.
he's
I
just not
don't
saying
know.
it.
I
Yeah,
just I think he wants to play in 26,
sure.
but I don't know if his body's gonna be able to keep up till 26. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Where
And
it's like,
I think
man,
he's also mature enough to
did you see the World Cup like the
format.
scheduling and the formats?
Yeah, it's
Dude, they're gonna
crazy.
be playing like 100 games a day.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know if Messi can do that, dude. Like,
yeah,
like
yeah,
they're playing like 6 games a day and this, that, whatever. And I'm like, dude, I don't know if Messi's built for that no more, dude. Like,
yeah.
he just
Like the thing is, he's still impactful. Like
oh,
he still
100%.
makes things happen. But it's just like the slowing down is happening, and it's like how much more. And it's not just next year's the World Cup. It's 2 years. That's a long time when
Yeah.
you get to age 30, 36 beyond, 38 beyond, whatever. It's like so. I think that's gonna be interesting on Sunday to see. Uh, and yeah, and who they play, that's what the next game is, the Colombia versus Uruguay game. Friggin'
This was the
WWE
fun
SummerSlam.
this might have been the best game ever in
And it was
both tournaments combined
yeah,
because
yeah,
yeah, we can talk about like the cards and like the penalties and all the antics that went on. Nunes beefing everybody at the end of the game and things like that nature. But the game itself, like, was
yeah,
so good.
yeah,
We were watching the end of the game. I was telling Udo and my little brother Udo, like I have this curse where it's like whenever I'm tuning into some of these games, I be seeing the most egregious misses. Like this
yeah,
should be a goal. And like no matter what,
yeah,
the amount of times, especially when they went down to 10 men, the amount of times Uruguay had chances to like draw. They got it right here. Oh, they got it right here. They got it. They would just do like the most dumbest shot I've ever seen in my life. Like even Suarez, they even subbed in Suarez at one point.
legend.
And Suarez came in, my goat. Like he comes in and he's like, he can't even get the shots. Like he had the classic Suarez shot, inside the box,
top right,
coming top right, Beans right there,
yeah,
and he misses it wide. Like damn,
yeah,
like even Suarez is not cooked.
yeah.
Yeah. Like, it was a funny game, man.
No, so that's the thing. Like, it's like I think Uruguay, like they're kind of coached up to kind of bully the opposition, and they obviously tried to enforce that here. But Colombia gets that goal. Shout out, James Rodriguez, another assist. Probably player of the tournament.
7. I think that's 7 in this tournament.
Like insane, and he's just not just numbers wise, like just everywhere. He's just commanding the pitch. Like he's turning it back.
Also trying to get a red.
Yeah, and so that's the thing. Like it was just crazy. And then what happened was the Uruguay had to get desperate though, because they can't just grind it out to a draw or like quickly get a 1-0 up. They had to like, oh, we need to score, and that's what kind of messed them up because they can't just foul. And funny enough, they got the luck in their favor when Daniel Munoz, their left back or right back, he ends up elbowing the Uruguayan thing and gets a red card. So now he's gonna miss the next game. And he scored against he scored the tie against Brazil too. Like he's been having a good, he's doing his thing, and now he's gone. And so now they're down to 10 men for the whole half. Like that was right at halftime. Like, bro, like Uruguay probably should have went on to win that. Like 45 minutes.
They should have won. They should have won that, bro. Like,
yeah, but then Colombia almost had 2 easy tap-ins.
The funniest one was like right at the end of the game. Yeah. Like the guy's like the
squares it.
The guy squares it to the, and then he shoots it, and the goalie gets this insane lucky ass slide.
It's off the crossbar.
And he gets to the top of it, and I was like, this game just became a pure joke at one point where it's like nobody wants to put the ball in the back of the net. That's literally what happened.
But it was like everything. Like that game had drama, action, a goal.
The crowd was insane.
Yeah,
dude.
bro, it was so the sea of yellow was insane.
Yeah,
like, Colombian fans, like but see, So that's the thing. Like again, this Copa America is kind of like a test run for the upcoming World Cup that the three North American countries are going to hold. And do think like there's some stuff, a lot of stuff to work on, including security. Because the whole reason why Darwin Nunes and the players went up to the stands is because their families were getting like trampled by the Colombian fans. And it's like, bro, first of all, where's the security for them? Why aren't they not in a suite or something? Like what's going on? And then now your players are gonna be like involved because that's your family. Like you saw Darwin at the end, like consoling his kid, and he's
Mhm.
just like, on the field, and it's just like, bro, like, okay, so they gotta get that security in check first of all next time for 2026. And the shout out really quickly to my friend, my boy Adil. He did say the last time a Uruguayan slash Liverpool player got suspended because of an international controversy, came back a beast. Like Luis Suarez, right?
He
So
came back the greatest
yeah,
striker we've ever seen.
yeah, exactly. And which then also helped move to Barcelona, and then that was a crazy thing. So this might be the thing for Darwin Nunes, like an awakening. So yeah, we got Colombia and Argentina in the finals. Um, before okay, so like I was gonna say like, I was checking like, yo, where is the final taking place? Like, where in America, where in the United States of America is it gonna take place? And lo and behold, would you look at that? Where the Hard Rock Cafe, the
Hard
Miami
Rock
Dolphins,
Stadium.
the Hard Rock Stadium, Miami Dolphins, Miami. Why is that so special? Oh, is it because there's probably a lot of big Colombian population, Spanish speaking people population there? Wait, no, it's also because one man plays there, and his name is
It's been
Lionel
rigged.
Messi
It's been rigged from the jump.
from the jump.
You guys had no idea. You've
Oh,
been
y'all
played with.
fools! It
Beckham is
it
laughing
doesn't
at you
matter.
guys right now.
James Rodriguez, player of the tournament. It
It
doesn't
doesn't
matter,
matter what you
bro.
think.
And Colombia's probably played the best football the whole tournament. And also, I think they're like 27 or something, 27, 26 games unbeaten, including
Yeah, 28 games. Yeah.
Germany, Spain, and not just like, their conference teams. Like overall, like the last time they lost was against Argentina. So it's kind of like a get back thing, I think.
Yeah.
But funny enough, so Colombia is just on smoke, on point, and they're visiting this Argentina team. I honestly don't think it's like any team is like super like wash
Favorite to win, or yeah.
until I found out there's a stadium. But no, but yeah, like what's your take on this final?
Honestly, like I think this might be like a way, like like how you were saying, like Spain, Spain's gonna beat England, and you don't think it's gonna be close. And like I also think Spain's gonna beat England. I honestly think like this game will be closer than that Spain England game, and I think that Spain England is
Yeah.
really close. But
Mhm.
this game might be because these teams are so equally matched as they are, especially the way Colombia is playing. They're so on form, and
Yeah,
James Rodriguez has turned back the clock
kind of
all the way
locked
back.
in to have
They're
it.
really
So,
they're
yeah,
playing so well, and like I don't I I don't know how well Argentina, like, like can they bring back that form, like, that World Cup final form? If they can bring that not the World Cup final, but the entire World Cup form, like imagine that dominance that they had, and that dominance they haven't showed in this tournament
completely.
yet.
Yeah,
Like completely, like complete, like utter takeover of a game. That Croatia game,
yeah.
that type of dominance,
And
and
I
they
feel like they
have it in
haven't
them.
had to really too,
Yeah,
because
that's
it's
true.
like, but
That's
you're
true.
right.
But
It's
they
like
have it. They definitely have it in them. It's the same exact team. Nothing has changed. So
literally,
they definitely have it in them to bring that. But if I was to pick anybody, like I'm gonna pick Argentina. Like I think they're gonna win. Even with the Hard Rock Stadium stuff. Like I think they have more experience. The team,
yeah,
they've been here before. They know what to do. And honestly, the way this has been a theme for the Argentina team, these guys just like they don't even play for like, oh, we want to get this trophy. They always have some underlying meaning of why they want to get this trophy. Now it's
yeah.
for Di Maria, like now, oh, we gotta go in for our OG. They did it during the World Cup and the
They
Finalissima
lock in for
and the
their,
last Copa.
yeah,
They like they're like, like this is bigger than just winning a trophy,
yes,
And
yeah,
there's and once again throughout this whole tournament they haven't showed it, but once again during that Canada game they started showing it, and then the post game interview we started hearing where it's like it's slowly
yeah,
becoming again bigger than the trophy for them. It's like,
yeah,
no, this is kind of like our lives are on the line. We got to go do this for like
yeah,
our goals. We got to make sure everybody gets their proper send off. And I feel
exactly.
like they rally behind that. And I know it has nothing to do with stats or tactics or anything like that,
Yeah.
but it's something that they're just because how they close the series. I mean, like close these teams are comparatively. I feel like that edge I'll give to Argentina. Maybe we'll see 100 like we say we haven't seen a Rodri goal yet, like a Rodri game winner. We haven't seen a Di Maria in the finals turns into God mode yet because we're
Well,
in the
we're in
finals
the
now,
finals now,
So
and he
he's
owes
gonna he's gonna do
every
something.
finals he scores. For
Yeah,
Finalissima, the last the Copa
Copa.
America, the World Cup, and every finals. Even
Yeah.
if you want to turn it back to the Olympics when they were kids, like the
He's one of
Olympic
the most
or
clutch
whatever.
players ever. So I don't, and
Seriously,
especially if it's his final game, I don't see him,
yeah.
slowing down at
So
all.
so here, in a way, it's kind of like, I guess you could say it's kind of like glazing, but I feel like in Qatar it's like, yo, Messi, you owe them a game. You know that game before
Yeah,
Mexico, where it's like, yo,
yeah,
Messi, man, you gotta do something, and
yeah,
not the team. Everyone's looking at you, rightfully so. And it's like, hey, man, if there's any game, Messi, you want to just let it all out, this is the
yeah,
one. And I feel like it's like a curse that I put out when it's like if you owe them a
mhm,
game, and he
yeah,
usually delivers, being like the best player of all time, pretty much. And Di Maria in the final, so that's like 2 goals, and then you know what I mean. It's like it can become a little overwhelming for Colombia. I feel like, because you're right, Argentina rallies like it's kind of like, the North remembers, like
yeah,
King of the North,
yeah,
King of the. It's
yeah.
like holy shit, like it's like it's not. They're just riding out, like the Starks.
They become like this
Like,
army. Like they're
yeah,
not even playing
it's like,
soccer
are you playing
anymore.
soccer anymore? It's like,
Yeah.
it's like,
Is
yeah.
it's funny because like if we look at on paper, that Argentina team is like,
What's
bro,
the
it's not
thing?
that
Yeah,
good, man. It's not that
yeah,
good. Like other than like Christian Romero, McAllister, Messi, maybe
yeah,
Julian Alvarez, like that's like 4 players, bro. Like you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
4 or 5
Like
players that are
Lautaro,
like
but he's off the bench.
solid.
Like,
And even like Lautaro and Julian Alvarez, like we don't know what kind of game we'll get for them sometimes. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like the only consistent players are like maybe 3 of them, like Messi. And I
I
think
mean,
I think Christian Romero is like one of the best center backs in the
especially
world.
when
Like
he
I
puts
think
on the
I
Argentina
think
jersey.
oh my god, he is
Yeah,
insane to watch. But like on paper, that team just doesn't like. Bro, they're playing like they have what's his name playing they play like
Lisandro.
Otamendi and
Oh,
Lisandro
Lisandro.
and Montiel and like bro like these guys aren't household names. These guys when they go play for clubs, they're not doing anything crazy. Even Enzo, like he didn't have the
Different
best
clothes.
year, but
Yeah.
they just put on that jersey and they turn into a whole different team. And like I can't let that not be a factor,
Oh,
because
for
it
sure.
was a factor. They shouldn't have beat France. You know what I mean?
And do
In
you
the World
see
Cup finals.
that mentality? Like, I know we're talking mentality and kind of narratives, but bro, that mentality against France, like people will be like, oh, they're not beating Netherlands. They beat Netherlands. They're not beating Croatia. They beat Croatia. They and then like they dismantled Croatia, by the way.
Yeah.
And then they go to France, and it's like, okay, France is, come on, it's France. Like, they're the world champions, this and that. Bro, for like 80 minutes, Argentina played the perfect game, from Scaloni's tactics
Okay.
to Messi and the rest of the boys. Just
Well, it
the
was two
perfect.
hand balls that France got. Let's be
Yeah.
let's call
So,
a
yeah,
spade, bro.
uh,
Like you know what I mean? Like
so that's how far it can take them, and that's where it's going with them. This whole, like, these new kids on the block with Messi, and just like, and it's just merged in. It's like a beautiful way. So I think, yeah, a lot of credit to that. Like, it couldn't take them far. With Colombia, like, they're playing beautiful football, but it's like, I don't know if it'll be enough for this time, like this for this go around. And it's kind of like, even against Brazil, they tied Brazil, and Brazil's playing whack football this tournament and recently, and Colombia's playing beautiful, like, you know what I mean, and they tied it. So it's like, I don't know.
if I want to give like a quick thing about Argentina, like you know how you was talking about Uruguay's style of the physicality that they play with?
Yeah,
Argentina plays with that physicality, even though they're much smaller than everybody.
but
They
they're
play
rough.
with that
Yeah,
physicality,
yeah,
but they also have the skill where like their offensive skill is
yeah,
insane. Like
yeah.
the amount
Their
of like
quick
balls
passes
they
they
can set
do
up, the quick passing they
to
can set up,
goal.
like the amount of like to one touch here, then they make a run in the corner, then one touch here. That's how
Yeah,
they don't have anybody tall. They're not leaping over the ball. They're all doing, like quick passes in the
yeah,
midfield to
one
try to
touch.
get an open lane. So they have all that, but they play with that insane physicality. So I feel like it's like if Colombia beat Uruguay 1-0, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
Colombia, like you're just playing Uruguay with more skill now. Like, you don't have Nunez up front. You're gonna have like Messi and Alvarez up front. Like
Yeah, Di
they know
Maria.
their decision making skills are way better than any of the
Yeah,
Uruguayans that are up there, but their
yeah.
physicality isn't lacking.
Oh, true. Yeah.
So
From DePaul to Paredes to there's all those freaking center backs and stuff. You have Emi Martinez yelling in your ear. So let's see.
most
Let's
clutch
see.
goalie
I think it'll
ever.
be a good match. It'll be closer than like you said, than the Euros. And I think it'll be fun. It'll be fireworks. I do think Argentina will end up winning, and that'll set up my dream matchup of Messi versus Lamine Yamal.
Dude,
It's like, and it's funny
that's
because
gonna be insane,
it's
dude.
not
We
like
kind of need that.
recently. It's not like recently, like Lamine Yamal
Not
was
even
at
any
the
of it.
Ballon d'Or ceremony, like in terms of as a young boy winning Rookie of the Year type of thing, and he met Messi. Like he already met Messi,
We
but
haven't even seen like something
like,
like that
like
yet. Like
that interact,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's crazy. But we're all talking about them too. He's his son. He's been blessed. They've been blessed by each other. It's gonna be fun. Like so, the finalissimas. Hopefully, Messi holds on till then,
Yeah.
and then win like fourth, third. This is gonna be their like third or fourth trophy in a row, like of when
Fourth,
it
yeah.
matters. So, this Argentina team again, everyone's gonna just make fun of them on paper.
In all four of those tournaments, they've only lost one game.
The Saudi, is it the Qatar
Saudi Arabia
game?
game. Yeah. I
Saudi
mean,
Arabia game.
Saudi Arabia
Yeah,
game. That's the only
yeah.
game they've lost. That's
That's
insane.
crazy. That's
That's
insane.
like a free 80-1 or something like that. Some
Yeah,
crazy number
yeah,
on
that's
Twitter.
pretty
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah, and the stakes are, it's high for them. Copa matters. At the end of the day, like we have to win what's in front of us, and this is what's in front of us. So, yeah, no, I think it's gonna be exciting. Quickly, what do you think, Canada or Uruguay for the third? There's a third place match on Saturday.
Going Canada. We gotta get a medal. We
Canada,
gotta get a
get
trophy.
that bronze, bro. Get
We
that
gotta get
bronze,
some, bro.
and I
I
think they
gotta
can
root for
do
my
it.
guys.
They can
I'm
do
really
it.
proud of us. We made it as far as we did. I'm really proud
Insane.
of what we did.
No, shout out to Canada. Yeah, so that was our takes for the upcoming, football finals that are coming up. It's been interesting and fun tournament so far, and we'll probably be back to discuss the finals. But yeah, other than that, the Olympics are coming up. Team USA versus Team Canada yesterday, insane. And like
AD,
things are just
AD,
insane,
best in
insane,
the
and
world. Get him a center, Rob Palenka. I don't know this is a football pod, but like
yeah,
I
I
just
know,
need
but like, Rob, can you answer your phone, please, bro? Is that
please,
thing
bro,
turned off,
please.
man? But yeah, we for also, I probably should have said this in the beginning, and next time I will say it. We've been stuck on 57 subscribers for like the longest time, bro. Can whoever's watching this, can you just get like 3 of your friends to just hit the subscribe button if they
Hit
love,
the
if
sub
they
button.
enjoy
Hit the
sports,
like.
or if they
You
enjoy
need to
sports,
share.
if they love sports, if they got a YouTube account, can you give us like 3 subscribers to 60?
Yeah.
We'd appreciate it because it just looks better than 57. And also, those 3 people, can you go tell 40 of your friends to subscribe so we get to 100? But no, seriously, like hit that subscribe, like Ushma said. Like the video, comment on who you think is gonna win. Come Sunday. It's gonna be exciting. I hope everybody enjoys these finals. And funny enough, in 4 or 5 weeks, the Prem is coming back and all the leagues are coming back too. So we're just going to be busy talking about everything that's just going to get thrown at us. And yeah, follow us on all of our socials and see you next time.
Peace.
Peace.